Double JT Toppin.
They got Bain in the building, and history on their side. TCU has won 3 straight against AP top 10 opponents inside Schollmeyer. And it's TCU controlling the tip, coming out in the frog script for the first time all season. Noah Reynolds, number 21. That's the leading scorer for the Horned Frogs. Also the man that hit the go-ahead bucket to take down Arizona State on Saturday. 5 on the shot clock. Brendan Wenzel, the top 3-point threat. Loses it. Chance McMillan with Elijah Hawkins the other way, and Tech is off and running.
Great play by Elijah Hawkins. That is not how you want to attack Texas Tech's defense. They are really, really good in the shot clock right now. Really good.
And Elijah Hawkins, one of the most electric players in the Big 12. There is Vashawn Alette, could not get the bounce, and there's JT Toppin. For as good of a scorer, how good of a rebounder is he?
He's tremendous because he can rebound with 2 hands. He's aggressive. He can rebound out of his area, Lowell, which is so huge. And if you hit him, he's going to keep coming. You got to get a full body on him to keep him off the boards.
What kind of adjustments does TCU need to make on this end of the court, specifically against Toppin tonight?
Well, they doubled him last game, and they went post to post. So they came off the baseline to do it. It was not very aggressive. It has to be tremendously aggressive with hands tonight.
Chance McMillan, usually the outside threat, getting inside for the deuce. 4 quick points for Tech.
This is a really good curl team. They do a great job of setting screens, and they curl into the paint for either shots like that or kickouts.
TCU has struggled offensively on the season. One of the lowest scoring teams in the Big 12, and a second turnover early for the Frogs. There's Darian Williams from outside. Missed the first matchup against TCU in Lubbock with an ankle injury. He looks good though, Coach.
Well, he really does, and he's such a good player inside the isolation drives, getting to his left shoulder, using his right hand. But he's a very good 3-point shooter, as we can see. Just nailed it from the corner pocket.
The freshman David Punch for 3, and TCU was on the board.
That was an open shot. I didn't love that when you're down early in the game like that, taking a 3 from your 4-man. But it's a good play, gives them confidence. Now they can dig in and guard.
Just a 6th 3-pointer all season for the freshman David Punch. Now, you like it once it goes in, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You're questioning it, but that's a good shot. He needs to see the ball go in.
And there's Punch on the defense, and it's going to stay with Texas Tech. Jamie Dixon now over 500 wins in his career. He's led TCU to 3 straight NCAA tournaments for the first time in program history. We're still in the conversation, Coach.
No question about it. Jamie's outstanding. He got a few of those 500 against me at Marquette and at Indiana.
That is the top 3-point shooter in the Big 12, 44% Chance McMillan.
He does such a great job of setting his cuts up. He gets away with the push-off many times because he's really subtle with it. He can really, really use his feet to get open.
Alette on McMillan, got it back and gets it inside. That's Vashawn Alette, second leading scorer.
Well, and as we know from watching practice today, they're going to go after Vashawn Alette inside of this half court. When anytime they can get him isolated in the post, they're looking for that. So they need his baskets.
Toppin with the kick to Kerwin Walton, in and out. Ernest Ude starting to break for TCU. This is what they've done so well the past couple of years, have not run as much this season.
Well, what they do, they're getting more secondary breaks. We just saw it with that side pick and roll drag. And now they can get out, get into their 5-out offense and keep reversing the ball and look for some gaps.
Here's Alette. Handoff to David Punch. Punch baseline, reverse, no. Ernest Ude, put it back.
I love Ernest Ude Jr. He can do so many things. He's one of the great rollers. He can play out of that pocket when you throw him the ball. He can score at the rim. He's a very good pick and roll defender.
And the crowd involved. Offensive against Texas Tech. And that's number 1 on JT Toppin.
Well, we watch now Ernest Ude. He's very active. Now, nobody gets a body on him, So it's fairly easy. But he's always alert, he's always aware, his eyes are up, very good play. But that will have to be adjusted quickly if you are Texas Tech. You have got to get a body on the best offensive rebounder on the TCU team.
Staying out of foul trouble will be vital for Uday. Past 2 games, 9 fouls, 8 points.
Well, he's such a force in the ball screen defense, and you have to guard him. What he's got to get better at in this 5-out game are his handoffs, because it's been a little bit too easy to take the ball from him. He just got to dribble low. We saw them working on it today in the walkthrough. Dribble a little bit lower, dribble at the defender, play low, and then roll to the rim.
So you think you can relax. JT Toppin is on the bench, but that's not the case, because there's 33 in red, Federico, who you love.
I love Federico. I think Pitt misses him inside this year, and I know in this world that's going to happen a lot where guys leave and you have to replace them, but Federico is going to help this team go deep into March, I believe.
Trey White cannot connect on the outside shot. Here comes Christian Anderson. You want to talk about an electric freshman? Number 4 is that. Williams, the lob, Federico throws it down.
Just too easy. That's the type of defense TCU can't have. You can't rotate over with your hands down, and that was a huge point of emphasis today in shoot-around, as it should be.
Here's Jace Posey, son of the NBA champ James Posey, coming off a career-high 20-point performance. He's only a freshman. A glance at the shot clock, and goes to work. 3 on the shot clock. On Williams, in trouble, gets it off in time, gets rim, and it's going to stay with TCU. Red Raiders certainly.
Well, he's got a tremendous staff. Kellen Buffington, his GM, I mean, they got all the bases covered at Tech.
Linder, the former Wyoming head coach. Noah Reynolds, number 21 for TCU, one of his former players, as well as Brendan Wenzel, also for the Horned Frogs.
That should help the scouting report, you would think.
It worked the first time around. White with the fadeaway, Federico with the ball.
That is not what Jamie Dixon wanted out of a timeout, was a Trey White turnaround jump shot. That is not what he drew up. That's going to be key now for TCU. You cannot have numerous empty possessions against this Texas Tech defense.
It is an offensive juggernaut. 79 points per game in Big 12 play, number 1. Anderson got bumped. Here's Williams. He's got the size on Reynolds. Inside feed. Federico lost it.
Great job doubling. They came over post to post, brought Malik Diallo in for the double. They rotate down inside and get a steal. That's exactly what TCU needs to do defensively.
Reynolds with the cradle. Tough look. Posey with the rebound. And saves it to White, showing the ups to keep it alive. Malik Diallo, a freshman, to Michael Robinson, another freshman, one of the youngest teams in the Big 12. Reynolds beating the buzzer, nails it. That is Mr. Big Shot for Jamie Dixon.
Did a great job staying in his shot, but Michael Robinson with the pass. He was looking at the rim. He delivered the pass on time, on target. Great finish.
Kevin Overton, no good on the response. Reynolds, eyes up, running. Robinson got bumped by Christian Anderson. Freshman picks up his first foul.
Well, we watch when the ball goes in right now to Darian Williams. It goes inside. He's starting to back it down. Playing bully ball. There comes the double off the baseline. Rotate inside by Posey. He tips it. Robinson's got it. Great pass by Michael Robinson. Noah Reynolds is ready to shoot the 3. Straight up, straight down, holds his follow through. Beautiful shot.
Rashawn Alette.
Watch for a double cut here. They do so many things out of that set, and it's hard to scout because they can run so many different options out of that alignment. Man, Lowell, this defense is nasty. They are up on them. Oh.
We foul on the Red Raiders.
Now, they are so active with their hands, and that's exactly what TCU's going to have to be on the other end in the post doubles against Williams and against Toppin. But right now, Texas Tech getting their hands active, deflection, showing their length defensively. They get up into you when they're when they are guarding you individually. They get into your body.
TCU has been very strong on the glass. They were plus 12 on the glass in the win against Arizona State. They have 5 offensive rebounds so far tonight. Here's Posey, and Posey walked.
Yeah, I like what Posey's trying to do. He's trying to get his feel for the game. That was a tough play. He's coming off his career high. When you get a career high like that at any age, but especially when you're a freshman, you come out thinking it's got to be that way next. Just let the game come to him. That's a turnover, but I like his mindset already.
Here's Overton, and it's taken away. Trey White rips it. Alette spinning off the drive, and it rolls out. Overton with the rebound. So as a coach, when you have a freshman that has a huge game, what do you look for in the follow-up?
Well, you want him to understand he's got to let the game come to him. It's about getting offensive boards, getting defensive steals, deflections, defensive rebounds, making the next pass, moving without the ball. The last thing you want to think about after a great offensive scoring game is scoring.
4th turnover by Texas Tech, and White takes it coast to coast.
That's what he needs from Trey White. Trey White, for this TCU team to reach their potential, needs more of the UNC Wilmington Trey White, the guy that can drive it like that, get to the rim, gets on the glass, not just a jump shooter. Get into the contact, get to the foul line for this team.
20 points per game for UNC Wilmington last season. He has really struggled from the field as of late. Plenty of time to tee this one up, and Overton off the mark.
That's where Toppin is so good, though, Lowell. He can see you've got to take away his vision because he can pass the ball, especially with his left hand.
Wow, Lett almost lost it. Posey the kick to Michael Robinson, has to get it up and over Overton. Uday trying to fight for that board, and Toppin has it. Oh, Hawkins trying to break down Posey.
A great setup because they're trying to make him go left. It's a great setup right there. They're trying to put these guys and get them. That's not the one. That's an off-balance 3. That is not the 3 for JT Toppin.
Anderson off the feed from Federico.
JT Toppin's going to be a good 3-point shooter, Lowell, but it's not going to be on fadeaways.
Lob City!
That's how you get a freshman going coming off his career high. You get him out and run, you get a lob like that, big time. I was a fan of his for a long time. But Jace is going to be good. And you look at the development he's made in here since November, I think it's outstanding.
Darian Williams,
too
easy.
No communication. No communication, no bump on the screen, no pressure on the ball. Might as well have been a 5-on-0 play.
Williams with 5 points. Remember, TCU did not see him in that first matchup. Had the ankle issue, and Uday had to save that off the rim.
That's a big Jamie Dixon staple, though. Come out of a timeout, look for the lob. Good idea, just not a great pass.
White looking for punch, and punch walked.
Yeah, got to catch it first. Got to catch it first. Get that foot down. I like his aggressiveness, though, because he's got to be a quick player for them to be successful, David Punch.
Well, the 2025 Phillips 66 Big 12 Women's and Men's Basketball Championship, both being played at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. Women going from March 5th through the 9th, and then March 11th through 15th. Catch it at ESPNplus.com/Big 12. Williams to Hawkins. Ball moving. McMillan too strong, and a strong rebound by Wenzel.
That's what you need with Brendan Wenzel. Being aggressive like that. Let the game come to you when the offense isn't great. Get defensive rebounds, get down the court, and get spaced.
No free throws in this game yet. Punch wants another 3, missed everything. A good pass to Uday, that's what we'll call it. Uday on Toppin. And there's going to be a whistle on Texas Tech.
See, that's what Uday is. He can be such a good player. People know he started his career at Kansas in his 2nd year here. Aggressive. You want to see him score for as hard as he works.
Foul number 2 on JT Toppin, who is 0 for 1 from the field. The AP National Player of the Week.
Well, now we're going to find out what Federico's got, because he's going to get some extended minutes right now with the 2nd foul on JT Toppin as he waits to check in.
Uday with the first free throws of the night. The first one is good. And how about that? TCU shooting 64.8% from the field from the line. From the line this season. number 342 in D1 basketball. A good start, coming off a 23 of 31 performance this weekend. They'll take the split.
Well, yeah, the key is that you get there. You know, and the more that they can put, hey, you've got JT Toppin sitting on the bench with 9 minutes to go in the first half. That's a win. Will the double come? There it is. That's what they want, getting to pick the dribble up to kick it back out where it came from.
Federico with the screen. Hawkins to the free throw line. Cannot get it with the touch, and Ude is there for the board.
So TCU's been doing a really good job of getting these early drags on the break, keeping the ball spaced, not trying to force.
Ude, great vision to Windsor, who beats Walton for 2.
That's what he can do, and there was no ball pressure. That's where they've got to put pressure on the pass. If you're going to play 5 out, that's saying that the coach knows you know what to do with the ball when you're up there. Have to pressure the ball.
Response off the mark from Elijah Hawkins. Alette wants to run. This is looking more like vintage Jamie Dixon basketball. Ude got the board and got fouled.
But right now, Ude is going wherever he wants to go, Noel. Great look. Look at, there's no pressure by Darian Williams. Wenzel makes a great cut. They turn their back to the ball. Layup. You have to pressure the ball. You have to see the ball and not turn your back to your man, or you get back cut like that.
And the work that TCU is doing on the glass, impressive to say the least. A 6-1 edge with offensive rebounding. Reynolds to inbound, puts it up high for Diallo.
Good job of denial. They wanted to get back to the handoff for the inbounder, Reynolds. Good job of denying it.
Alette was looking for Diallo. That's going to be a turnover. Number 5 for TCU.
Yeah, that's what you don't want if you're TCU. You've got to be low turnovers in a game like this.
Red Raiders almost caught TCU sleeping again. McMillan rejected by Diallo. And that's going to be Hornets basketball. They're playing on edge. They're playing with a sense of purpose. They know.
With it, and like everything else in these power conferences, is going to come down to the next few weeks.
Impressive start for TCU. 7 different players have scored. No player with more than 1 field goal.
Yeah, and you can't fall in love with the 3 right now if you're TCU, but they're doing such a good job of getting offensive rebounds and either going back up and getting fouled or getting it out.
Texas Tech playing without JT Toppin, who picked up his 2nd foul. That's a tough bucket for Fashawn Alette coming off.
And that's a tough play.
14-point performance.
Freshman having to guard him. He gives him a little shoulder bump. That's a tough play. That's a really, really good setup for the layup.
Hawkins to Williams for 3. In the face of Noah Reynolds. And turning to have a little conversation with the home faithful.
Well, why not? He was the first one out here. He was here as early as you were today. So he's out here working on his game 2 hours before. Just so happened there were about 8 NBA scouts out here watching him at the same time.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reynolds to a wide open Wenzel, checks the 3-point line, it rolls out. Shot has not been falling lately. 6 of 39 from 3 over the last 8 for Wenzel.
No, but you know what? You're right, but he's active tonight. Maybe it's because his old coach is on the other sideline and Jeff Linder, but he's very, very active. Those are not bad shots. He can't be off balance. That was an on-balance 3. And he's definitely a better shooter than what he's shown in the past when he was at Utah and Wyoming.
And Jamie Dixon, very vocal to Wenzel. Keep letting it fly. There's supreme confidence with his ability.
Oh, yeah, they're flying around. This is an outstanding game, really, and everybody's kind of playing free.
Ude! All of it!
Just too beautiful. But, man, the hands are down for Texas Tech. I do know what topic number 1 is going to be at halftime in that Texas Tech locker room. They are not nearly aggressive enough with their pressure on the ball.
Williams, a hesitation. In traffic to Federico, and Federico is fouled. How about this setup to Ernest Ude? He did it again.
Yeah, it's a great setup right here. Great screen. Makes a move. Federico's got his hands down. He's really not taking the roll away or the lob. Elijah Hawkins gets pinned in the pick. if all bigs are like this, but Federico has got to take something away. You can't play even-handed. You either got to get the hands up or you got to play him low. In that case, you got to know he's coming off for the lob.
Here is the senior from Finland. This is the first of two.
Today in practice, his team they were shooting free throws at the end. He made the two that gave his team the win with Darian Williams. He needs a little encouragement from Darian Williams on this one.
He's only a 44% free throw shooter. He gets 1 of 2 from the line. So a much better start for him. He's got 3 points, was shut out in the past 3 games.
Yeah, he's got to be more active, as we said, with his hands, with his feet, and talking. Both of these teams are not nearly where they have to be yet on the switch talk.
Punch going to battle against Darian Williams and flexing on him.
David Punch has got a chance to be an outstanding player. Look at this drive, okay? Great pass, no communication on it, gets a step on Darian Williams, takes it to the rim, draws the contact. Like I said, the switching on guard, on forward guard, that is not good on either team right now. It's late. It's late talk, late switch, not reacting quick enough.
Why do you think he can be special?
Because he's active, because he's so young, because look at that body. I mean, he's strong, he works. I don't think he has any idea how good he can be. And as a coach, you like that as long as they put the work in. And everything I've seen is that he does put the work in.
That's what Jamie Dixon says. He wants to get better. He takes coaching.
Yeah, he's going to be a really good player. This team, number one key for Jamie is going to be retention, because this team has got a real chance.
Chance McMillan from Dallas rips it home. The top 3-point shooter in the Big 12.
And he's got a chance to play at the next level with shooting like that. He's not really strong yet, but he's stronger than he was a year ago. He's got range, great feet, great follow-through.
Hawkins got up from the deck, nearly took that away from Olet. White for 3. He's on track, he's back. Trey White.
That's what you need, but again, that Tech defense is a step slow and hands are down. They're not moving on the pass, they're moving on the catch, and good spot-up shooters kill that.
Here's that double team again.
Yep.
Seeing this a lot.
Playing cat and mouse, then they commit.
And that's what they're looking for.
That's exactly what they're looking for. They want to keep you off balance if the double is coming or not, especially when you haven't used the dribble. It comes, they want to force that skip, not a great pass.
6 turnovers now. So the scouting report, the plan from Jamie Dixon obviously working.
No question about it. They're not going to double everybody, obviously. They're going to double Toppin and they're going to double Williams, but they're also playing a little bit of a hesitation game. Are they coming, are they not? They're trying to keep the post up in indecision.
Do you attack Toppin here? He's playing with 2 fouls.
Only in an ISO. I let him get into the flow and then try to get him from that. I don't try to ISO it. They know he's got to.
White hit the side of the backboard, but is fouled by Christian Anderson. Number 2 on the freshman.
If you're Jamie Dixon, you're excited about Trey White's movement here, his energy, his activity. That's the guy that they need. Really good. Hands up, gets the next pass. White's ready to shoot the ball. Flies into him. You know, you love the activity. You don't love the result, what happens with the foul. But Trey White is moving well without the basketball. And that old saying, the ball finds energy, it just found him in the left corner.
Connects on the first free throw attempt. The 2025 Phillips 66 Big 12 Men's Basketball Championship coming up Tuesday, March 11th. Crowning a champ Saturday, March 15th in the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, Missouri. Sign up ESPNplus.com/Big12. Now, if you watched White, we talked about what he did at UNC Wilmington.
Sure.
20-point-per-game performer. The beginning of the season, he was engaged. There was confidence. Seems like he lost some of that halfway through the Big 12.
Well, and there's a lot of reasons when you make that jump up. This is the same guy that beat Kentucky last year, and they don't beat him without him. So it goes and flows. Now, if you can get Kazarian White playing his best basketball at TCU in February on, you know, you forget about some of those things. But he's got to be aggressive. He's not just a jump shooter. He's got to be an attacker.
Toppin going to work on Ernest Uday. That deft lefty hook, that's what he is known for.
Oh, that's probably why we have 20 NBA teams here tonight. They all came down from the Baylor-Arizona game last night. They're here. There were more NBA scouts than there were ushers here when the guys were warming up. he can play. He's got a great jump hook over his right shoulder.
31 points per game over the previous 3. That's his first bucket of the night. Posey, a long one, rattles out. Little man getting up for the board, Elijah Hawkins. 7 assists per game in Big 12 play, number 1 in the conference. Toppin fouled by White.
That's a tough call. He was there. He did a great job. Staff have done a tremendous job.
A great person as well. We'll have that jersey retirement ceremony coming up at half. And hopefully a conversation at the beginning of the second half with Desmond Bain.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm looking forward to that as much because
you missed on that one.
I was coaching at Indiana when he was in Indiana. I'm going to hear about that.
And there's McMillan off the mark before the shot clock and the cleanup.
That can't happen. You cannot let JT Toppin roam free at all. They got no body on him. You know who he is. You know what he's capable of. You let him go get a rebound without any contact until he caught the ball, and he got it with his left hand.
That's a dangerous left hand for JT Toppin. Really under the radar coming into this season, but he is elevating up those mock drafts. Right now sitting around like a mid-first round pick at the moment, but it's just rising.
Hey, I think that'll get higher once he shows, because I think people will see that he can shoot the ball eventually. But once he shows what he's capable of passing the ball and defensively, I think that's coming. He's been so well coached in high school. Richard Pitino did a great job with him a year ago, and certainly what Grant McCaslin and his staff are doing has been fantastic.
Didn't really even get a chance to play on the summer circuit because he told me before the game he was considered not to be good enough.
Yeah, that shocked me. What a humble guy, huh? He's just gotten better and better, and the sky's the limit because he's going to keep improving if he stays at that rate. Oh!
How about 3 times, Ernest Uday?
I'll tell you what, Ernest Uday gets the dunk, but Trey White, this is what they went and beat a lot of good schools on him for in the portal, because he's playing with tremendous confidence tonight, Lowell.
Young man that started his career off at Kansas and has become one of the pillars for Jamie Dixon. But it's starting right here at the defensive end. Oh, JT Toppin getting some inside.
Well, we're definitely getting some rotations, and then we're rotating to stop the ball, but we're not getting back inside the men that are diving, and that's going to have to be cleaned up in the second half.
Noah Reynolds, tough shot, got it to go, was looking for the whistle, did not get it. 12th in the Big 12, 15 points per game in conference play.
He does a really good job of getting in traffic and making something out of nothing, and that was one of those type of shots.
Toppin is heating up, has the last 5 for the Red Raiders. Cannot have the last 7. McMillan lost it. Here's Posey. Toppin is trailing, it doesn't matter. Making a catch, Jace Posey.
What a great decision. What I love about Jace Posey there, Dad, if you're listening, he was moving his eyes. He was looking for the opening. He read it. He went to the rim. Beautiful finish.
Williams attempts to silence the crowd.
Early drags here. This is what gets TCU going, gets the game in rotation.
Wenzel traveled. Turnover number 6.
I love this. The steal gets made. Trey White was right in the middle of it. Okay, there's his hands. There's the pickup by Reynolds. Look at his moving his eyes. Look at Posey looking. There's the breakdown, attack the rim. Great decision. Look at that. Great decision. They went for the steal. He crossed it low down around his ankle. That's going on his yearly highlight tape right there.
And this is why TCU is dangerous, because they're young, and this freshman class has now had an opportunity to get some seasoning.
No question about it. I mean, retention is so key for the continual building of this TCU program.
Posey staying with Walton defensively. Walton is open. Posey made it tough, elevating. Under a minute to play. Ouellette, careless
Poor
pass.
decision.
Darian Williams taking it in transition and got it. Williams down to double digits with 10. Tough shot for the leader of these Red Raiders.
Yeah, for the most usage of anybody in the Big 12, that's a decision you can't make if you're Ouellette. But again, David Punt should have slid behind and the penetration to get behind the ball, but he can't throw a bit.
For TCU to get a quad 1 win, this would put them back in the conversation on the bubble. 10 on the shot clock.
Don't settle here.
The freshman Posey with the long 2, glances the rim. Here comes Hawkins, and he is fouled in transition by Posey.
Yeah, that's the shot you don't want if you're Posey. You don't want a fadeaway jump shot. You want to come off that ball screen. It was set up for a 2-man game on the right side. Try to get into the paint. If the paint is not there, make the simple kick. Let something happen at the end of the shot clock on the weak side.
All right, 4.5. Where does Tech go here?
Right now, we're going to get a quick pin down. I think there's time for a pin down unless they go direct into the rim on JT Toppin's screen down. So we're looking for JT Toppin to pin down, but we're also looking for a quick curl on the weak side for McMillan.
Hawkins to inbound. Here's Williams. And Williams, there's going to be a foul. David Punch.
Yep, no problem there. No problem. I think it would have been a tough shot, but you're playing the percentages there. It would have forced him into a tough shot, but you force another inbounds. The difference is they're really good at some of these situations of getting curls to the basket out of these out-of-bounds plays under.
2.8. Williams will trigger the inbound. Goes to Toppin, lost it. Diallo has it. He's just going to heave it. Why not? What a first half for TCU. They hold Texas Tech to a season.
Because what you did here, Desmond, is incredible. When did you feel that at the time at TCU that, man, I could actually become an NBA player?
Man, I mean, seeing Kenrich Williams make it after my sophomore year gave me a lot of hope. You know, the NBA was a far-fetched dream. I mean, even coming here to TCU was something that I didn't necessarily, you know, anticipate and didn't know how my career would go. So seeing him make it really gave me, you know, hope and belief that it was possible.
And you got here when Jamie Dixon got here.
Yeah.
What was that like building this program really side by side with Coach Dixon?
I mean, he was the same guy year 1 versus year 4, you know, discipline, hard work, toughness, togetherness, all those things. And, you know, they've been to a few straight, you know, NCAA tournaments and are continue to build. He's doing something special here.
Can you still call out the offensive plays? There's a lot of it the same.
Oh, it's changed.
Because I still see some things from Pitt.
For sure. I believe it. The one thing you're going to see with Dixon is some rebounding and some defense.
And they're doing that tonight.
They guard tonight.
Outside of making threes, which they haven't done a great job, they are playing your way tonight with the attacking, the ball movement.
Yep.
What was maybe when you look back at your NBA career, you're so thankful for something Jamie said to you when you got into your rookie year that helped you get better?
I would say probably it might not be word for word, but the hungriest dog eats. Yeah. You know, whoever's working the hardest, whoever's putting in the most time, whoever plays the hardest is usually going to be the most successful. There's no secret to this thing.
But guys, that's a huge moment there. JT Toppin just picked up foul number 3. There is an energy and excitement in this building. You're part of it. The way your alma mater has come out and started this game, also part of it. What have you seen from the Frogs?
They've been playing really good basketball. Won 4 out of the last 5. You know, they, you know, it's a whole new team. It takes a little time to gel and adjust. And, you know, I think we're seeing that on both ends of the floor. They're moving the ball. They're really guarding. Touching the paint. It's been a joy to watch.
So we got one of the young guys, David Punch, at the line. You were here 4 years.
Yeah.
That's kind of a rarity for someone in this day and age to stay one place for 4 years. What's your message to David Punch, to Malik Diallo, to Michael Robinson about longevity of staying at one place and developing?
You have to build. You know, it's hard to get consistency when your environment continues to change. You know, and obviously Coach Dixon's shown it can be done here. You can win here. You can play in the pros here. You know, and as a basketball player, those are the 2 things that are probably driving a lot of what you got going on.
There is Toppin inside playing with 3 fouls and is able to get the putback.
He's good.
I like his decision not to sub him. He does. It's getting better and better. in my mind, you've been probably as big a leader in Memphis since your second year at Memphis. Is leadership just something that's always come natural to you and your family and growing up in Richmond?
I think so. You know, I mean, we come from a super big family, and you know, everybody has a voice. Everybody can speak and speak their mind, and you know, you couple that with work ethic, you know, and guys tend to listen and follow.
What did you? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just a 9-point lead for Desmond's guys.
They're playing good ball. I like that they're doubling the post, getting the ball out of Toppin and Williams' hands, making other guys be playmakers.
And Ernest Ude, you talk about dogs. Yeah. Ernest is a dog right now.
He's having a good night, great night.
Were you a big post-to-post doubler when you played for Coach Dixon? Did it come off that baseline?
You know, Kansas always had multiple bigs, so we threw Azubuike every look we could. We were a big double team. We had big Kevin Samuel, who was down there battling Vladimir Braziowski. So we did our thing.
Great play by Texas Tech. That's one of their strengths, is running those wide pin-down curls, and McMillan is as good a curler as they have.
And here is White, who's had a hot start. Great first half, cannot connect. Williams with the rebound. Well, Desmond, congratulations. My favorite memory of you, it's my first time here at Schollmeyer. I was locked out, and you walked up, said, hey, are you trying to get in before a game? It showed me all the way down to the court to get ready for that game. So I'm eternally in gratitude indebted for that. So I appreciate you. Congratulations on all the success and for that jersey being retired.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. My last one is always listen to your clergy. Father Tom Kovach, who had been the priest at your school in Richmond, came to Bloomington. And his favorite player, even though he came to all our Indiana games, he always talked about Desmond Bane. And was he right?
My man.
So he was absolutely right. Congratulations.
Thank you, listen. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Desmond. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now it's tight. 5-point edge for TCU. And TCU basketball.
Right now, TCU's just got to tighten up the defense. Texas Tech is missing some open threes, a couple of tough possessions down on this end for TCU. The guys that had great first halves had them because the ball was moving, the ball was hitting the paint and getting kicked out. It wasn't because they were trying to force shots in the lane. That's what's got to get cleaned up quickly for TCU to keep this lead.
So Toppin to the bench with 3 fouls. Federico checks in. And this would be the largest comeback of the season if Texas Tech were able to come back and get this win. Previous best is a 7-point comeback against Cincinnati. Here's Noah Reynolds. Alette got bumped, and there is the foul. And that is going to go against Christian Anderson.
Curls are so hard to guard when you're guarding tough and you get through that first initial screen. And Alette does a really good job of creating contact with his lower body.
Punch over Williams. Trying to get the bounce, does not. Second chance, yes! David punch, throw down.
That doesn't look like a freshman move. He drove it hard into the lane, got to his jump hook. Great second effort on the follow-up.
Offensive glass, second chance points. If TCU can win this thing, that will be the story of this game. Anderson lost it. Texas Tech turnover.
Again, defensive activity for TCU. But David that TCU game, and they're showing some signs of that tonight.
Faced a lot of adversity, lost arguably their best player, Frankie Collins, on December 8th. He's out for the season. There's Trey White, a little too much mustard on that 3-point attempt. And with all the youth that they have, the young players are starting to come around. Malik Diallo, Jace Posey, and Micah Robinson, all freshmen, all with career highs in scoring in the past couple of games.
And we've hardly talked about Micah Robinson tonight, and I love his game. I love his shot. He's aggressive. But he's got 2 freshmen out there most of the night.
Oh, the floater from Darian Williams is good. He's got 12 points to lead all scorers.
Great drive, great footwork. They got good ball reversals, exactly what you want out of a timeout. The ball kept moving. You got an open shot in the paint.
Only 5 points for Texas Tech in that blowout win against Oklahoma State. Second lowest scoring game for Williams this season. And there is Michael Robinson in traffic. He's going to go to the line.
That's a good drive. He's got an aggressive team. You know, you can see it in practice today. Jamie has been an outstanding coach for a long time. I've gone against him many, many times, but I love his staff. He's got Tony Benford, who's been with him a long time, Dwayne Broussard, Jamie McNeely. Those guys coach, they teach, they obviously recruit, but they make guys better. And then he's got a young guy, Michael Rice, whose father, Mike Rice, is an outstanding coach. Now coaching back high school in New Jersey. He used to work with Jamie at Pitt. And just phenomenal group. Corey Santee on his staff from Flint, Michigan, who used to play in this program. And I was impressed with both staffs today, watching them. 2 staffs full of teachers.
When you see 502, what kind of perspective can you give that?
Well, I think right now, I think for me, it's just the bottom line is just keep playing through it. Just go through it and just be in the moment. Bottom line.
He is one of the all-time greats, back at his alma mater. Freshman got the split at the line. Anderson still scoreless. McMillan lost the offensive rebound.
That's the thing about Jamie. 502 is the same as number 2 or 102. Every game matters.
Not going to keep this guy down. Chance McMillan, he's got 13 points.
Now, he can really shoot the ball, and he's added so much ability to get to the rim. So you have to be careful on all your closeouts, but you can't lose him in a corner.
Robinson, no. Diallo will try to clean up, and there's the whistle as Diallo hits the deck. And that's against Federico. 2 fouls on big number 33. Diallo goes to the line, shooting just under 43% from the free throw line this season.
He has a tendency to fade and let that ball sit in his hand. When he lets it go off his fingertips, it looks like it's going in. Pretty good right there.
That had the look?
It had the look because it was in his fingertips. There was no fallback. A lot of times big guys have a tendency to fade and that ball sits in their palm. This is good. This you can tell he's worked hard on his free throws.
And that's the head-scratching thing about TCU's struggle at the line, is that they work on the free throws so much. That is huge, and this is a great night from the line. 9-12 for TCU.
Yeah, and now right now it's 14 fouls for Texas Tech to 0 for TCU. You have a unique chance so early in this second half to get as close to that bonus as you can. And so getting to the rim is crucial right now for TCU.
Now in the past, that's been almost a turnover going to the line with some of the free throw shooting woes. Man, Trey White is so active tonight.
He really is. But what those fouls do is it forces the other team into their bench, and that's one of the things we're seeing with JT Toppin tonight.
There's White trying to jump that. Yeah, Toppin, 3 fouls, 15 minutes, he's got 7 points. Keep in mind that's the AP National Player of the Week. And 2 games ago, had 41 points against Arizona State, doubled overtime. The most points scored in a Big 12 game this season.
And he didn't force. That's the thing. You know, when somebody gets 41 points, you think, well, he probably took some bad shots. No, he might have took a few rush shots, but he didn't take any bad shots. He really plays within himself. He's got such an upside to score the ball at the next level.
I can't really overstate that. That is the most dominant player right now in the Big 12. Watching from the bench is Christian Anderson. His guy finally gets on the board. Young pump, he's got some bite.
See, you can't come off the corner on that. It's a non-penetrating drive, and you're letting the corner sit there wide open and Chance McMillan. It's just too easy if you're TCU. You don't have to help off that much.
Alette on Hawkins. The vision to White, open 3. Trey White is red hot.
Great pass by Alette. He got in, ISO'd the ball inside, played with his eyes up. Great kick out to White.
Anderson, up and over punch. Punch wins. Let thought about it.
Good choice, though. Really good point guard choice, not to force it.
Punch rolls. Hawkins takes it away. He's running with Williams. Tech with numbers. Tough shot. No whistle. Posey with the rebound. And White looks like he's cramping. He's tired. He's gassed. But he's not stopping him. You cannot slow this man. The most important game of the season to this point for
No
TCU.
question. Sometimes that's all you need. You're not out here thinking. You're out here flowing. You're moving without the ball. The ball's finding you, and you're fundamentally sound in everything you're doing.
Oh, it's Toppin. That's how you get back on track. Heads up.
Well, Texas Tech has got lobs in their arsenal, especially at timeouts. TCU's got them too. That's where TCU didn't get any communication on that back pick and no pressure on the ball.
We got a lob off between Uday, who has 3, and now Toppin. White was looking to set a career high with that three-pointer. He's tied his career high with 3 makes from outside. Anderson turns the corner over Uday. What a touch by the freshman.
Well, too easy, and I like Christian Anderson. Here's a guy whose confidence has grown the entire year, plays well in transition. The game was a little physical for him in the first half. He settled right in the second.
Yeah, that's impressive to get shut out in the first half as a freshman when you've been rolling. 14 points per game in the last 3. And coming back strong when Tech really needs him. Here's a let to the paint. A turnaround, and Williams with the rebound. Hawkins to Williams. Skip pass. McMillan for 3.
Too easy.
As always, he got it.
Good call by Jamie. McMillan is in transition and in the half court.
It is clear, though, that TCU has more writing on this game than Texas Tech. Tech knows they're in the tournament field. They're playing for seeding. Horned Frogs' only shot, they got to stack those quad 1 wins. This would be one. White. I'll let the moves over Anderson. How about it? Vashon Alette had only 2 points at Texas Tech, his worst performance of the season. He's up to 8 in the rematch tonight. Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Ernest Uday. Toppin backing him down.
Yeah, you could probably call that about once out of every 3 possessions in the Big 12. But it gets the clock stopped. It's closer now. This is the bonus is going to catch up because no one is near it right now. And in a game like this, who gets there first can have a lot to do with the win. That's a tough call, right? That's just 2 guys battling it out.
Hawkins to inbound.
Yeah, we're going to get a curl here with Anderson in the paint and probably a handoff back to Hawkins. They scored 6 points in this action against TCU the first game with the double staggers.
Anderson, the look off, a dump to Williams, who lost it, saved it. And it's going to be backboard violation on Hawkins. TCU basketball.
Great job defending it. They spent a lot of time on this play today, this afternoon, on this double stagger action. That's the great thing about both of these teams. They can get in the same sets, same alignments, and run different actions.
Does this
so
excite you as a coach to see what you saw in shoot-around?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I love these shoot-arounds because, man, you're seeing great teaching, guys that are locked in, and both of these teams were today. You knew it was going to be a good game.
It's a dogfight right now. Uday, big time, dominating on the offensive glass.
I'll never give up my belief that Ernest Uday Jr. is going to play in the NBA. He has got so much ability. He's so athletic, and he plays so hard.
A point and 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Williams, pass punch over Uday, and what a finish for Darian Williams, who missed this matchup the first time around in Lubbock.
Great body control by Darian Williams. I told Grant McCaslin today, his team has improved their balance when they get hit, their balance on contact throughout this season. That's a great drive.
Riddles to Wenzel. And the former Wyoming Cowboys cannot connect.
He had a kick out. He had a kick out for an open 3. You don't need a tough turnaround.
Williams in rhythm, ripping the net. Tied up at 54.
Transition defense. Both teams like to run. Both teams shoot threes in transition. You've got to find Darian Williams and Chance McMillan.
Noah Reynolds has been quiet. He's been Mr. Big Shot for the Horned Frogs. 3 huge go-ahead buckets this season. Reynolds rolls out. Anderson with the board. Toppin with the screen. He gets it back, and he is fouled by Wenzel.
Good pass inside. They came in the pick and roll. They split it. Good drive. When we watch Darian Williams, I mean, he can score from all over. He's so good in that post-up. Well, here he gets the ISO drive on the reckless closeout, gets it high off the board, and now in transition, the pass ahead from Hawkins. One dribble, lines it up, rhythm shot. Beautiful play. Bench loves it.
Toppin, the AP National Player of the Week, to the line. And gets that roll to give Texas Tech its first lead since the 13:45 mark in the first half.
Well, they're making their open shots. It's not that TCU's not playing well. They've missed some shots inside. They let this lead get away because they weren't as active as they needed to be on the ball and in rotating out the shooters.
And how about Toppin handling adversity? 3 fouls here in the second half. It's not been following the script of the past 3 games, but he is cooking at the right time.
Absolutely, and again, his free throws, he's 68% on the year. Misses that one.
Why'd you do that to him?
Well, I didn't mean it. I'm gonna put that one on you. I was gonna make a point that he was 56% last year, so he's really improved his free throw shooting. He's fell back a little on that one.
He's improved across the board
yes.
after an electric freshman season at New Mexico.
I think he's going to be a really good shooter, too, Lowell, at the next level. When he gets his feet down and doesn't hop, holds his follow through, he's got a nice shot.
Posey tough to the hoop. Toppin got it. This man is motivated. Moved to the Metroplex from California when he was 12 years old. He's got 15 family and friends on hand tonight. The kick to Anderson. Wide right. Wenzel got clocked. No whistle. WWE style leading to Williams with the finish, and Jamie Dixon calls the timeout. Raider power in full effect. Tech up by 3. Back to the promised land, the hopes. I mean, this is a team that has a lot of expectations year in and year out. But this is the best start in program history in Big 12 play at 11-3.
That's a really good drive. They set it up. They love to run what they call the ram action, where they run a pin down into a ball screen, and Noah Reynolds going left is so good refusing those screens. Good drive. Not a ton of contact on that drive, but that's exactly what you want if you're Jamie Dixon. Get the bleeding stop, get this game cut to 2, and go down and play defense.
Noah Reynolds, it's been a struggle.
Another jinx, Lowell, you put on him. Another jinx.
You gotta own up to these ones.
I'm not owning up. Maybe the next one.
Big 12 Gymnastics Championship coming up Saturday, March 22nd from the Maverick Center in Utah. Sign up at espnplus.com/Big 12. Noah Reynolds, this is the go-to guy. Started his career at Wyoming. He was at Green Bay last season. He is a scorer and a closer. And with that role, he gets TCU within 2.
This is where you pick your defense up. You stay with your man. You keep your activity.
The vision inside to Williams. And he's got 21.
Good slip screen. They're trying to curl McMillan across the top. They forgot about Williams. And again, the passes are too open. They can see the cutters, and you can't allow that to happen if you're the defensive guards for TCU.
Reynolds connects, and it's a 1-point game.
Really good shot maker. He drives into that shot. He can do so many good things off the dribble. Great rhythm shot off 2 dribbles.
How about Elijah Hawkins, number 3 in red, 8 assists, no turnovers. He's got the most assists per game in Big 12 play. There is the first turnover. Now that one I will tell. That's on me. Posey! Can I get the Euro step finish?
Good, great defense on the other end by David Punch, getting switched out, guarding the point guard and creating the steal.
McMillan, pass Reynolds. 5 on the shot clock. Darian Williams, air ball. Anderson tried to save it, but he was out of bounds.
Now, big possession right now if you're TCU, because you're getting movement. You've been able to get to the rim. You've been able to get even the shots that haven't gone in. Then Reynolds hits the 3.
And Grant McCaslin wants.
Young player.
He's been told he's not good enough for a very long time. He's kept that edge about him, even though he is one of the biggest rising stars in college basketball. Here's White.
Great closeout by McMillan.
And White, tough shot and one! Trey White is taking over!
He sure did, and he got away with a little bit of a hook right there, but a great job of clearing out with his right hand on McMillan to get that jump shot. Trezerian White's night, Lowell.
Now,
good, gets the drive, good closeout. Watch the right hand coming. Gets a little hook, not a lot, but it separates. Gets some space, goes in and knocks it down.
8 second-half points for Trezerian White. In and out, Ude fighting for it, and McMillan comes up with it. 1 point TCU lead.
Got to get something going here. Here comes Toppin in the post. Let's wait on the double.
Hawkins skip pass. For as good as White has been, McMillan's been that guy in the second half of Texas Tech.
They got to figure out how to go back into Toppin after the double team comes. There it is.
That's one way.
There it is. Great job.
Little kiss off the glass.
Yeah, you can't. They're doubling him, and he's giving it up. That's when he's got to be his most effective, finding him on that second action, which they did.
Texas Tech with the lead by 1. Reynolds to the white hot Trey White. Let the lob, number 4 for Ernest Ude.
Beautiful play. They got hung. They weren't sure if they were going over or under the screen. They were behind. He threw a wide open pass to Ude.
4 lob dunks to the big fella Toppin, coming back and will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure on these calls right now. I mean, I'm really not inside. But look at this play. He gets caught behind as he comes. He goes over the top. There's no pressure. JT Toppin is playing for the drive, and there's the lob.
That's how you shoot 63% over a 3-year career.
Yeah, and we got to get consistent now in the last 4:17 on what is a foul and what is not a foul inside of the paint, because that's obviously where both teams are going.
How would you gently remind the officiating?
I wouldn't gently anything. I wouldn't gently anything. I wouldn't be asking for any advice. I'd be telling them what I see. But I mean, it's a very good crew, obviously. Doug Sermons has thrown the ball up in the Final Four. I mean, so it's a really good crew. But we got to be consistent at the end here right now in the paint. But if I'm Grant McCaslin, I'm trying to put pressure on that whistle every time. And that's where the referee's got to have whistle discipline. Is it a foul? Is it not?
McMillan to the bench, tied up at 62.
Kevin Overton had a great start to the season for them. I think he's going to be a big factor for them if they're going to go deep into March. Number 1 in red.
Reynolds got fouled by Hawkins. That's number 3.
And now TCU is shooting free throws the rest of the game, which is big because Texas Tech is still 3 fouls away from the bonus with 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in the game. That is a big, big stat right now if you're TCU, because you can come down every trip and work to get something that's going to put you in the foul line if you don't like your action.
Even when you struggle this much?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because you've got guys, they're a very good offensive rebounding team. You're stopping the clock. And again, no, you don't come down necessarily thinking about getting fouled. You come down running your offense, but if you don't have a good action, now you've got to get something that can put you at the foul line. You do not want any forced jump shots, especially in the paint, if you're TCU when you're sitting in the bonus.
1 point lead for the Horned Frogs.
Good pressure by TCU.
Hawkins airmails it. Tech turnover, number 13.
Very good pressure on the ball. That skip wasn't there. That's where you want to keep your...
Last season against number 2 Houston. And a quick whistle on Anderson.
Good action. That's a simple action. I did not see a foul on the Noah Reynolds drive, but they did. They were looking to get a cut off the top and then bring him off the pick and roll, but great read. Great read by Noah Reynolds.
And that's foul number 4 for the freshman, Christian Anderson.
Yeah, well, they knew what they wanted to attack. They never got, Texas Tech didn't get any switching action. They've been attacking Anderson all night.
And Reynolds, the front end of the 1-and-1 is good. 15 points per game in Big 12 play, 12th best in the conference.
It's exactly how you got to play, Lowell, here at the end. You cannot have empty possessions if you're TCU, and it's the same thing down here on the other end for Texas Tech. Go inside, okay? Go to Williams inside. Get him into a post-up. Let him play out of a post-up.
Jesse Toppin watching as Darian
Here it
Williams.
is, bully balling it, looking, reading the double.
McMillan, pass to Lett. In trouble. Here's Anderson. Low pass to Williams. 5 on the shot clock. Stop and pop. Punch. Caps it.
Not a bad possession, though, for Texas Tech. A little bit of a reckless closeout, and he drove it into the paint, just missed a pull-up. Big stop time for Texas Tech. Don't stay too far away from Reynolds. He's making plays.
Outlet to White.
Nope, fading away. That's not his shot. He's been spotting up tonight. Not coming off the catch, shooting something that fades away.
A leverage shot is this man's shot. Chance McMillan. Anderson. Long 2, rattles out. Federico can't secure it. Reynolds was thinking about the heave to Ude. Alette gets racked up with Williams, and Tech is called for the foul. More free throws. 20-25, Phillips 66, Big 12 Women's and Men's Basketball Championship coming up from the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. Women going from March 5th through 9th, and then the next week it's the men, March 11th through 15th. To catch all the action, sign up at espnplus.com/Big12. Toppin checks in with 2:15 left. Federico to the bench.
First free throws of the night here for Alette. But that's exactly what you want. Get to the rim, put pressure on the referees to make the call.
In and out. Empty possession. Two minutes.
They're bringing the Durley early, or the double too far out. That's too much space.
Williams, no. Looking to tie, and White with the board.
They ran the double out 15, 17 feet, and he did, and Toppin never used the dribble. Good ball movement by Texas Tech. If they do that again, I think we'll see the same type of look.
Reynolds so patient. Here's White. On McMillan. Tough look. Blocked by Toppin. Punch. Fighting for the rebound with Williams. And it's going to stay with TCU.
Good action. This is a big out-of-bounds play right here in the sense of getting the ball back. You don't have the quick score inside. Get the ball back to Noah Reynolds. Did you see Reynolds come back off a handoff?
And a full 20 for TCU.
This is the matchup they want right here. This is what TCU wants. Anderson on him, get a screen.
Reynolds looked off the defender, cannot finish. Toppin with the rebound. He's got 4 straight double-doubles. Schollmeyer is alive.
Plenty of time. It's not three-point time. It's get a bucket or get fouled time if you're Texas Tech.
Williams on White. Ude tries to get away from Toppin. The lefty misses it all. Fight for the rebound. White comes up with it and calls for the timeout.
Yeah, he did.
What a play by Trezarian White. Led at the 4:17 mark here in the second half. Can TCU close out the win of the year for the Horned Frogs? Ouellette to White. Extended defense protection. Williams almost got it away. Reynolds to Michael Robinson. Robinson cannot finish. Ude dominating on the offensive glass. And here comes the pressure. To Robinson. Trying to play keep away. 8 on the shot clock. Reynolds will pull up. Got it! Mr. Big Shot! Desmond Bain approves! McMillan for 3. Tuck still alive! 2-point game with 5.7.
Robinson go long on the screen.
Can run the baseline to Reynolds, who is fouled immediately.
See, I'm with Grant McCaslin. Okay, they call the foul immediately. They were going for the tie-up. That were going for the tie-up. I mean, I'm not sure I see that.
You don't
I'm
see
with
a
Grant. I saw a tie-up, right? You've got to look for the tie-up. That doesn't mean you're not going to call a foul, but you've got to give them a chance. But it's important to tell the referee that you are going for the tie-up first.
But if Anderson
absolutely
arm first, right?
Well, I don't know. It's I'm calling tie-up there. But yeah, now if you don't get the tie-up, yeah, obviously then you've got a foul. But you let the referee know you're going for the jump ball. You're going for the tie-up.
Anderson fouls out. Biggest free throws of the season for Noah Reynolds, 72%, third best on the team.
Don't get me wrong, he fouled him at the end, but they were going for the tie-up.
Misses the first. TCU 342nd nationally in free throw percentage, under 65% per game. Three-point game. David Punch now enters for TCU.
Now, if you're going to foul as Jamie Dixon, you've got to foul before they turn and face the rim. All right, you've got to foul. All right, in a lot of situations, I would play this out, that if they foul before they turn.
To Toppin with 3 on the clock. 4-3 to tie, and there's a foul? No whistle.